In 1978, the nation was horrified to discover the sinister double life of John Wayne Gacy, a seemingly affable figure in suburban Chicago. Beneath his facade as a successful businessman and community leader, Gacy hid the remains of 29 young men and boys, exposing a chilling truth. The revelation of his alter ego, Pogo the Clown, added another layer to the horror. One lesser-known fact about him is that, in addition to being a murderer, Gacy also had political aspirations. He was actively involved in local community activities and even performed as a clown at children's parties and charity events. Convicted on multiple counts, Gacy received a death sentence, prompting a national reflection on the existence of evil behind seemingly ordinary fronts. His legacy serves as a stark reminder to remain vigilant and unmask darkness hidden in unexpected places. Charles Manson was a notorious American cult leader in the late 1960s. He orchestrated a series of brutal murders through his followers, known as the Manson family. But did you know that Charles Manson was an aspiring musician and had dreams of becoming a successful singer-songwriter? In the 1960s, Manson befriended and associated with some individuals in the music industry, including Dennis Wilson of the Beach Boys. Manson believed that through his musical talents, he could achieve fame and influence society. Although Manson recorded some songs, none of them gained significant recognition or success. However, his songs, such as Cease to Exist, were covered by other artists, including the Beach Boys and Guns N' Roses' Look at Your Game, Girl. Ed Kemper, also known as the Co-Ed Killer, was an American serial killer and necrophile active in the 1970s. He murdered 10 people, including his own mother, and engaged in acts of dismemberment and desecration. He is also known for his high intelligence and articulate nature. Kemper worked for the state of California's Department of Public Works and had a job as a liaison between law enforcement agencies. Due to this role, Kemper was occasionally in the company of police officers, engaging in casual conversations and even learning about police procedures. His knowledge of law enforcement practices and his seemingly cooperative demeanor may have contributed to an appearance of friendliness. However, this was not indicative of a genuine friendship, and his later crimes revealed a dark and sinister side that was not apparent to those who interacted with him professionally. Ted Bundy escaped from prison twice. The first escape occurred on June 7, 1977 in Aspen, Colorado, when he jumped from a courthouse library window, recaptured on June 13th. The second escape was on December 30th, 1977, where he crawled through a hole in his cell ceiling. Bundy committed further crimes in Florida before his recapture on February 15, 1978. These escapes exposed flaws in prison security and prompted improvements. H. Holmes was an infamous American serial killer and con artist active in the late 19th century. He employed various gruesome methods to murder his victims. The Murder Castle, a hotel he designed and built in Chicago, served as a macabre setting for his crimes. The building was equipped with secret passages, trapdoors, soundproof rooms, and gas chambers. Holmes lured guests, mostly young women, into the hotel with promises of employment or lodging. Once inside, he subjected them to horrific acts, including suffocation in sealed rooms, gas poisoning, and dissection. Some victims were also killed through elaborate and sinister means, such as being hanged in specially designed rooms. The exact number of Holmes' victims remains uncertain, but estimates range from several to possibly over 20 individuals. One lesser-known dark fact is the Guatemalan syphilis experiment, conducted by American public health researchers in the late 1940s. As part of the U.S. government-funded study, researchers intentionally infected over 1,300 Guatemalan prisoners, soldiers, and mental health patients with syphilis without their knowledge or consent. The purpose was to study the effectiveness of penicillin as a treatment for syphilis. This unethical experiment only came to light in recent years, leading to apologies from the U.S. government and a recognition of the severe ethical violations committed. In what world do we find ourselves living? Ed Gein was a notorious killer and body snatcher in the 1950s who inspired iconic horror characters. He had a troubled relationship with his domineering and fanatically religious mother. Her death deeply affected him, leading to psychological distress and contributing to the development of his disturbed psyche. Ed Gein was officially linked to the murders of 2 women. However, his notoriety stems more from his grave-robbing and disturbing acts involving human remains, rather than a high body count resulting from direct killings. He collected human body parts, creating items like a woman's suit, masks, and bowls from skin and skulls. His morbid fascination extended to decorating his home with bones and preserved body parts. What monstrous secrets lurk in the shadows of the human psyche?